Hi everyone and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create an animated logo using Procreate. So the end result is going to look very similar to what you've just seen at the beginning of this video. So what I've got here, I've chosen the square canvas. You can choose any canvas you want, whatever works best for you. And on settings, I've gone and inserted a photo of my logo and it just appears as a layer here. So we want to duplicate this layer and select the top one, and you want to turn the opacity down between 60 and 70%. That's what works best, and I recommend using that. And then we're going to go onto this layer here, the bottom layer. We're going to keep that 100% capacity. And we're going to click it and choose mask, which is just here. Now, you always want to be working with the layer mask, never with the actual layer itself. So remember to always stay on this layer here. You want to go then to colours and double tap the bottom of the colour disc to get a true black and just drag it on to fill. And this is what it should look like. Now, again, remembering that we're working on the colour mask, I just keep going back and checking just to make sure to save myself some time. Then I'm going to select white. Again, you can do the same as what we did with the black to get a true white if that's easier for you. And I've selected the hard airbrush and I'm currently on size 63. So I'm going to start making little wiggles to slowly fill up the shape. And then you want to duplicate the previous layer that you've worked on, and remember again to click on the layer mask, and this is where we'll begin to build up the animation. So because I've chosen the airbrush, I'm making sure that I drag it out more than the shape, purely because the airbrush has soft edges to it, and I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the colour filled. You can, if you do miss part of the colouring, you can go back and change it. It's not an issue, but to save yourself time, I'd probably recommend either using a different brush or doing the same technique as me. Again, you don't have to use this brush. You can use any brush that you want to, whatever you need to. That's completely up to you. But just by ease, and as you begin in doing animation, I recommend doing something like this. It's a little bit easier. I'm going to gradually fill it up, again remembering to be on the mask layer, and we just duplicating what the last layer was so we can continue adding it up. You can use a smaller brush, or you can change the size of this brush to be more precise, and then you can use that to drag the colour in if you want to. We're approaching the top of it now. Oh, again, remember to select the layer mask and just fill it in. So this is what we've got so far. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on settings, canvas, and then you want to turn on animation assist, and this is where it all comes together. So as you can see here, we've got all these little frames at the bottom, and essentially these frames are the layers which are on here. At the settings here, you have many different settings. I tend to go on one shot just so I can see it perfectly of how it runs, and I go down to 8 frames per second, which is what I use on my animated logo. You don't want it to go too fast, but you don't want it to go too slow. So let's play it. And there we have it, it's gradually filling up. So in the next video, we can be more in depth with the logo, and I can show you different effects that you can do afterwards. But just to get a basic general gist of what we can do with animation in Procreate and animating your logo. I hope you all enjoyed it very much, and see you again soon.